I got it right 5 times now. Matter of fact, one thing to think about maybe is the person who guesses the number of times that I actually get it right before I say I didn't, or you watch that I didn't, will win a Boogie with a Bull white ceramic mug, or I don't know. I've promised that mug in a styrofoam shipping container to so many people that I don't know if I can do that. It's one of two, and I don't know if I can do that. Anyway, Randy Rhodes is with me this morning. He got out of his chair and has Randy Rhodes mugs he wants to show you, and I want you to see the Randy Rhodes mugs that he jumped out of his chair to show you. So make sure you see them, and you go to the All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy gift shop and buy your Randy Rhodes mug on the way out today.
No. He's totally been off course here. This is my All Roads Lead Home Genealogy mug. Okay,
that's beautiful.
It's probably backwards on the camera.
It's okay.
That's the home. That's the home my mom grew up in as a child.
Yeah.
My dad had an opportunity to live on a farm next to him if he accepted the invitation from her father. He decided to stay in the Air Force. And then on the back, it just advertises, my website and so forth. But what I'm going to do is, Jen Woodruff created this for me, and what I'm going to do is offer it up to my long-term clients.
Yep.
As a free gift. What I'm going to do is obviously I can give it to them like this with my advertising in the back, or ask them, do you want to have a picture of your favorite ancestor or family member on the cup, and then something about them on the back, or our two family members on the back. It is washable, microwavable.
Yep.
It keeps coffee hot for 30, 45 minutes.
It's not right? Covered. It's like the Boogie with the Bull mug. It's a great mug for drinking coffee out of, but this one things hot.
Now this one here is stainless steel. It has a lid. Yep. It keeps coffee hot for 2 hours. I'm going to offer this up with something on it. You haven't decided what if I want to see what it looked like with some kind of picture on it, or some kind of lettering. This would be for my really long-term clients, over a year. This one here would be over 6 months. Okay, so look forward to that. To my clients, my current clients. Unfortunately, I have far too many past clients. I would love to give everyone a mug, but everyone costs money. And yeah, so it'll be my current clients and anyone future come in. So I'm going to sit down, figure out my 6 months clients, ask them what they want on the mug, and then and just so you know, I'm going to show you something. This is really cool.
Okay. I guess I will talk amongst myself for the moment that Randy is gone.
Yeah, you do that quite well.
I was looking at Destiny Trout's page, and it's set up as a $9.99 a month Facebook page. And her challenge is just to see if anyone actually pays the $9.99 a month. Then Facebook gets their, I think, 60 cents. And she nets or 30% of it, which is $6. And she nets the $6, and they net 30%, which is $3. So my joke to her was that I was going to do it, but I was only going to do it for 9 cents a subscription, but you can't do that. So
So the mug ships in this awesome styrofoam protected, and then so forth. I mean, it came in this, so that's how I'll be sent out to my clients.
I have two. One one for the one that I opened,
Yeah.
and then, like I said, the one that I haven't decided what to do with is sitting on my desk in one of those shipping containers too. So pay attention, listen around, and you'll have your choice of a lot of mugs. The
Yeah.
Boogie with the Bull mug, which Jen Woodruff designed the Boogie with the Bull uncensored and where it is on the bull's horns, and Randy Griesenbeck designed the blue and red
That's cool.
bull, is truly a bipartisan mug because if you hold it in your right hand, everyone knows you're a conservative that supports Boogie with the Bull. And if you hold it in your left hand, everyone knows you're a leftist communist wingnut, as Randall would say if he was here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you support the broadcast as well.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what's coming. I would love. I'm going to actually make some phone calls a day to some local craft stores because I would love to find a way. Maybe the craft store itself would do it for me, but there are actually printers out there that will take a picture and place it onto like a thick cardboard kind of material and cut it out so it's a puzzle. Or even I want to start doing some nice things for my clients. They've been with me for a very long time, and I know it's going to dig into my very small profit margin.
Right.
But I think I want to give something back to them.
I was going to suggest that Cricket, who makes the vinyl cutters, makes a S word I can't remember, and I don't want to say the wrong word, but makes a printer that you can take the cup.
Oh yeah.
Take the cup and design whatever you want on it. Then you put it in it, and it literally bakes it on, and then you are able.
I actually have my daughter.
Wash the cup in a dishwasher.
Dave Novar once won.
Dave Novar wants one of everything.
Yeah.
Good morning, David. I'm glad, I'm glad you're here. And that was not a vicious remark.
So my friend David Novar, for taking care of my computer yesterday, if when I get around to having a little bit of free money to send the cup out to, what do you want on your cup? What kind of picture? But yeah, my daughter actually has a friend who has a machine that does all kinds of printed kind of stuff, and I think I'm going to see if she still has it because she used it for when they were running the cat sanctuary. They're using it to print on shirts and print on mugs and stuff like that. I want to see if she still has it, and if she does, if she'd be willing to give it up for prosperity.
The only thing I know about the cup thing, and the reason that I think I never actually said to Donna, let's just buy one, is that the cup thing needs to be in a well-vented area. So if you have a spare room with a big window or more than one window or a garage that's well ventilated, use it in there. But you can do some beautiful things with the cup makers. And my point is that you can do a lot of beautiful things yourself and not have to go to these vendors. The reason that we stopped with the Boogie with the Bull ceramic mugs was the vendor basically said, I've made 2 of them in the whole time, and I've only sold 1 of them, so we're going to discontinue it. So I received one as a gift from Jen, and then I bought the other one. And then, like I said, it's sitting in a box waiting for me to decide what I want to do with it.
Go
ahead.
I want to show you something. Okay. Jen and I have been doing a lot of things together. That sounds wrong. We have been working. Whoa! I hope this is not watching the show.
I hope he is. But he has a good sense of humor anyway.
But no, she and I have been doing a lot of professional work together. And one of them was to create this, my advertising for my various shows. And which is pretty cool because she created this. And I'll bring it up here. Bring it over there. Make it big. You gotta love the dual screens. Bum, bum.
So I have a simple screen. I just have to wait for camera 3 to open up.
There we go.
Oh, look, there it is. And it even tells me the camera 3 is waiting for me.
So she actually created this. I don't know how she did it, but she is very talented.
Yep.
And she had took this format from the previous one she used for the show about the slave trade, sex trade. So she's been creating these for me, and we're actually going to do some more shows about the South and about the wars and so forth. She seems really excited about it. She already got some questions that she wants to address. So we'll be doing that in the near future as well. But anyway, so I've been following the news. The thing with the Texas, Governor Abbott's already starting to backstep, and that's what pisses me off about Republicans. Republicans, they want to come out and they want to talk. Oh, they're big, they're bad, they're they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and then as soon as the shit hits the fan, they freaking backstep. So Governor Abbott said that if the Democrats were not back in their Senate by 4:00 yesterday, he was going to start the process of having them arrested and having them lose their positions, and they're going to open up their seats to other people to run. And now it's Friday, okay? So he says if they're not back in by Friday, then he's going to do this. And apparently,
I think it's still with the lawyer, the attorney general, to decide whether or not they can actually fire a person. I mean, I know that the attorney general made it sound like he does have the power to do so, but because it's an elected person and not a hired person, the rules of the game seem to be different. You have to let a person for a reason, and breaking quorum and going out of state and hiding may be the reason that they all can use. But I mean, I just think that the 51 boys and girls need to come back to Texas, and they need to work with their Republican counterparts and discuss the situation. Because as I've said before, both in the green room and on other broadcasts, is that gerrymandering is a game of whoever has control, and they did it when they had a turn. So now we're doing it when we have a turn, and they're all up in arms that we're doing it. Go ahead, Randy. I cannot hear you. Oh, wait a minute. Everything's up there. I all of a sudden couldn't hear you. Did you change something? Well, I would say talk amongst yourself, but you're already doing that. Those crooks that ran off should be fired. We'd be better off hiring these guys. And that comes from David Novar with the link to his Facebook page, which you're more than welcome to go read at any time. And he is here, Randy is here, I am here. And as I talk amongst myself this morning, I talked about with Randy what I think is going on, and with Randy being busy with projects that are Tuesday and Thursday, and me wanting to do Boogie with the Bull on Tuesdays and Thursdays, especially when he doesn't have projects and other people don't have projects, that I think what we're going to do possibly, Randy and I need to talk about it some more, is eliminate the Monday, Wednesday, Friday 10 a.m.s, and we will all focus on the 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays and do what we do, either together or by ourselves and or with others, and we'll give that a shot. Uh, we have tried to push the 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a while, and we haven't had much success with it. And maybe we can. Well, hold on a minute. Let me bring Randy back in if I can. Are you there?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
What I was
Yeah.
was that we may finally make the decision to eliminate Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or just do spontaneous Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, as William calls them. And
Spontaneous combustion.
Right. But that will allow us each, as I said, to continue doing our own things on Tuesdays and doing our things together on Tuesday and Thursday and whatever else. Because I would like to be in the Tuesday and Thursday hour myself when I can. And I don't know. I like sitting down and doing my own thing, doing one whenever I can, which is why I created 5 of them. But 5 of them is getting to be too many right now. Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, I got no problems doing 5. First off, it forces me out of bed in the morning. And I'm sure it's this old age creeping up in my bones. But what happens is I'll wake up and I'll look at my phone, and I thought, oh my God, it's only 5 o'clock. I'm going back to bed. Then I'll wake up and oh my God, it's 7:30. So I go back to bed. And I wake up and it's like, oh my God, it's 8 o'clock, 8:30. I gotta get up, gotta get washed, gotta get dressed, gotta get my coffee, gotta get my computer turned on, and get Dave. So it's it forces me to wake up, but at the same time, like right now, I have a client who was reaching out to me, and he's asking me questions. Says like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm live on the show right now. Can you wait for until 11 o'clock? And the response comes back, yeah, sure, whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm sure. Anyways, evenings are better. The sad thing is that because I'm in my office, and this is no lie, guys. Whoever if my clients are watching the program, I'm in my office like 10 hours a day, if not more. And the 7 o'clock time frame is fine because it hits a good margin of folks who are up and wanted to look for something. But 7 o'clock is our time to eat dinner. And that's also, the 1 hour a day that my wife and I actually spend time together. And we watch TV while we eat, which is pretty sad, but that's Americana for you. It used to be where, back in the day, like in the 50s, 60s, maybe beginning of the 70s, families would sit down and eat their meals together, and no phones, no one comes to the house, no interruptions. You sit there, your dad, your mom are dressed nice, you're dressed nice, you have a good family meal, and afterwards you sit in the living room, watch TV, or go outside and play or whatever. Today, but after that, people, got someone came up with the idea of the TV tables, that you can, the foldable TV tables, so you can sit in the living room, watch TV while you can eat. Oh, and then they come out with those easy cooked meals where they're, where there's tinfoil over the tray. You have your choice. My most favorites were fried chicken and the meatloaf, and of course the cherry cobbler and the apple crumb thing.
Yep.
And that was that
brownie. Donna just said the brownie from the back.
Yeah, the brownie. Oh my God, did that retain heat? Holy shit!
It did.
Oh my God, it would just burn your freaking mouth up.
With the molten brownie. The turkey was good.
Yeah, But
it was better when Swanson took it from the regular TV dinner and gave you a full sliced turkey on the Hungry Man plate.
Yeah, the Hungry Man
Again,
meals. Yeah.
Like you were going to say, the Hungry Man plate was the dinner of TV dinners. All
Yeah.
And then Budget came along and you cut the box and peeled it back, and it was close, but at 99 cents you were living in a budget world, but it was not the Hungry Man.
No, I mean Swanson was fine. Hungry Man was the best. Now, our most favorite, but they're expensive. They're like they're like $6-8 a meal. It's a Chinese brand meal. I can't think of the freaking name, but I want to tell you what.
Again, said from
it might be. Let me reach out to my daughter because I want to give good information here. But hold on a second. Rebecca.
Yeah, I will talk
among yourself there.
Myself. Let's see.
What is the Chinese meal we always buy?
Is here watching, and she wants you to know the group Modern Day Slavery, Creating Awareness About Human Trafficking USA. It is fantastically full of information that you need to know and you want to pass along. So take a look, and it is a private group, so you have to join. Take a look, and you will find, and you can talk.
And
the group.
Just bring.
That will be your assignment. We can talk about on Friday, and let's see who else is here. David
so going back to Modern Day Slavery, you can find the broadcast that Jen and I had with her either on my personal page or on my YouTube page, and also on the I didn't see it. I don't know if it got taken off, but it should also be on the Modern Day Trafficking Slavery page as well. So I didn't. I looked for it this morning to see what the numbers are as far as views, and I didn't see it there. But we're close to, on my end, close to 200 so far.
Good.
It's P.F. Chang's.
Thank you.
That's the name David me. Yep. So it's like $5 to $8 a meal. But I want to tell you what. Either my stomach shrunk, I'm owed. Or it's just a much fuller meal, but it's very good. It's very tasty. And you don't want to know what? I am so pissed off. Here I was yesterday bragging about Stauffer's and how they, treat the customers and they don't charge for anything. We had groceries delivered yesterday, and the driver, who I said looks like my wife's father, told us that they are stopping the service as of next month.
Why?
I don't know. Instacart has taken over the service, and I said, "Do you understand? This is going to add $50 back into my budget." And there are times where we would buy groceries 2-3 times a week, depending on what we run out of. That's going to make my family not be able to eat. I swear to God, that extra charge is going to kill us.
But sometimes companies do what looks like they're going to increase, like Verizon, who TracFone leased most of their lines through and worked with Walmart to create Straight Talk. Verizon said they bought TracFone primarily because they want to get into Straight Talk. They understand how it works. They just want to get into it. So, and most of the lines, like I said, are leased through Verizon anyway. So you won't see prices go up. So maybe this will.
No, I did.
The
I
same
did.
kind of thing.
I
Says
I did call Staffers, and
okay.
my temper was like here, and I held it back, and I said, "Why would you make this change?" Well, it was a corporate decision. I said, "Did the corporate people have an opportunity to talk to the customers to make use of your service? Do you understand, ma'am? This is going to increase my budget by at least $50." Well, I hear you. Now, if you want to, you can go to our website and lodge your complaint. I said, what's it going to do? You guys already made the decision. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to
Well,
have to find some way to add money back into my budget.
that
And
or hopefully they see the error of going with Instacart if Instacart is going to raise the
well, Instacart, what the way they do Instacart right now, and I don't think that is they charge $35 for the service fee. Okay,
Mhm.
so I call in, I place my grocery order, boom, $35 on top of my cost of my food. And then they do that percentage of the tip to the driver. So right there's an extra 15, 20, 25, depending on the size of my order in tips. And all the guy's doing is fucking driving, right? And
well, he's,
and
if
then
that's
with
what he's doing,
Instacart, and with
I
Instacart,
think something's wrong. That's all he's
the Instacart does not offer the in-store discounts, buy one get one, 2 for 1 kind of deal, and they also increase the food product by up to $1 each item.
yeah. I see where you are, but we've talked about how I feel about the tip as opposed to the service charge that they're charging you. And I'm
But
sorry, but
but you know that my biggest gripe, I don't care if he's watching or not, is my son and his wife live 5 minutes from us.
okay.
They won't take the time to take us to the store.
That's a very sad thing, or that you can't find someone who will drive you to to uh, to where you need to be.
But anyways, that's my gripe for today.
Well,
So
okay.
let's see. Ukraine and Russia are still fighting.
My gripe for today.
One side claims victory in the battlefield, the other side claims victory in the battlefield. Either way, people are still dying. Homes being destroyed. History is being erased. What blows my mind is that Putin has the gall, the balls, whatever, to keep threatening to attack the United States. Hell, you can't even win a war against Ukraine. You're going to win a war against the United States? I don't think so.
No.
So that's going on, and I love watching these reels of the military stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I saw one. There's some. They are primarily marine oriented. Jerry would love to watch some of these, but so there's this this Marine sergeant, and he goes through and he watches videos, then he makes a commentary about it, and he showed this video of about 5 or 6 black females who are supposedly in the Marines. Okay, they're in the Marines. They're dressed up in uniform, and they're dancing and carrying on, and they have some kind of EBT or debit card. I'm not. I have to look into that, see what that card actually is. Like it's some kind of money card or cash card, whatever that they get. And they're doing their dance, and one of the chicks does the whole ass thing, right? So he pauses the video, and then he says, where is your sergeant, women? Where is your training? So I cannot. And he goes on, and he says that these. They have no respect for the uniform. They have no respect for the Marines. And he said, well, at least they're wearing their cap right, and stuff like that. But these are the people that Pete Hegseth and Trump are doing their damnedest to get out of the military, because you have to respect the uniform. You have to respect the force that you're in. And to go on and do public videos of doing stupid shit, only makes you look stupid, and it's an embarrassment to the military. Um, and I got no problems with them being removed from the force. Obviously they'll probably collect some kind of employment or something. Not necessarily dishonorably discharged. Then they get nothing. Um, but uh, you know, look at so far. We have not gotten in any wars. And Trump has stopped some wars. Uh, he's trying his damnedest to stop the war with Ukraine and Russia, but it seems every time he opens up his mouth, Russia does something stupid or Ukraine does something stupid. I just think, and I'll get off my rant here. I just think that the United States and the rest of the world need to stop giving weapons to Ukraine. Let those two fight it out to what they have left, and bring it to an end. By continuing to supply the weapons, we are continuing to supply the means of death, and we need to stop that. Um, you have New York. Okay, let's talk New York.
Okay.
You got that idiot who's running for mayor. He's talking about, now get this, he's talking about defunding the police,
Mm-hmm.
getting rid of the police force, getting rid of prisons, okay, giving free food to everyone, and on, all this free socialist shit that he wants to do. So just the other day, there was a vicious attack and murder,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to get rid of the police. Who's
Yep.
going to protect the citizens? He, as a mayor, is going to have his own protection detail. He
Yep.
doesn't have to worry about it.
Nope.
Uh,
I hear you, but I think Zohan Mamdani is just the wrong person to be mayor. And it's not that he is Ugandan. It's not that he's an African American and can claim the title of African American. It's just he's going about it the wrong way. The majority of people do not seem to want socialism. Like if I go out and make $500 trillion, I don't want to hear I have to give part of that money, or everybody wants me to give part of that money away. It's my responsibility to see my fellow man and see who needs it and maybe give some of it away to them. It's not my responsibility because I made $500 trillion to give it all away. And if you listen to the people that made $500 trillion, they're all doing their own, what do you call it? I'm going to use infomercial as the word, but they're all doing their infomercial on Facebook and or YouTube and or other places, inviting you to come in and listen to their secrets, again, built around them being somewhere near where you live so that you can meet them and watch them in person. Because what I'm getting from all of it is it's really not hard to make $500 trillion in this country if they did it.
yeah. Did you hear, just change the topic just a little bit. Did you hear that Trump is going to make an announcement today? I don't know what time it is. It might have already been taking place. I don't know. I heard on the news this morning about federalizing Washington, D.C. Apparently, what is prompting it is that one of Elon Musk's Doge people was severely attacked or killed. I'm not sure. One of those two. And he's tired of it. He's tired of the lack of protection for citizens. So he's going to make an announcement today about federalizing D.C.
I think, I don't know the level of federalization, if that's a word that he has in mind, but I think federalizing the jobs that people do and giving them a greater means of protection to do it is necessary. You don't get dressed every day, kiss your family, and jump into your ICE car with the intent of killing people or hurting people. You do jump in your ICE car with the ability of doing your job. And if you meet people who don't agree with what your job is, you have a right to talk to them and they have a right to talk to you, but they don't have a right to throw bricks at you. You know, and you need to be severely put somewhere where you can't throw bricks anymore. That's my belief to the whole thing. We are the greatest country in the world. We are the melting pot. But you can come here and be a part or not be a part, but you don't need to be like the Karen Basses or the Gavin Newsoms of the world and just complain because people are calling you new scum or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into that.
So the article says the alleged assault of a Trump administration staffer known as quote. Okay, I don't know why, but here it is. The alleged assault of a Trump administration staffer known as big balls unquote has prompted the president to threaten a federal takeover of Washington D.C. to address what he labeled the district's quote totally out of control unquote crime problem. So he has not yet made the decision. I would love to know why this guy's called big balls, but
because he had the balls to go out and do his job.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunately, his job. Well, unfortunately, big balls might have been the wrong word for it, but he had the balls to go out and do his job every day, and his job was to go find the waste and reclaim it. And Democrats and other people don't seem to like that, but
of course not. Why would they?
Right. I mean, so they're going to be up in arms. They're going to be upset. They're going to be this. They're going to be that. And it's just like I say all the time. When you're in that room in Washington D.C., in the House chamber or in the Senate chamber, you should be able to be America first. What is right? What is good for this country? What is not good for this country? And that's it. If you're a Republican or you're a Democrat, that should not matter so much. You should just be able to do your damn job and go home. I mean, if we made the job doing the job, there would be so much more time that they had. Time to meet with people who go all the way to Washington, D.C. to see their elected person in action. There would be more time for their elected person to be in the district saying, you're 100% right. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is right, but we need to make it better. And just go with it. I mean, just go with it. Tell people the truth. Tell people what they need to know. Don't make everything a 7-day drama so that Randy and Dave can bellyache about it.
Well, come on. If we didn't have anything to bellyache, there'd be no show.
Well, no, that's true. That's true. So maybe we need to keep Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. to bellyache, but more refined discussion with people at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'm not sure why they're already starting to talk about it, but they're already starting to talk about the 2028 election. And of course, Trump, obviously the choice would be for the vice president to come out and run for president. But for some reason, Trump seems to be not too sure. So he said, it could be a good a place for J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio to run for president. So apparently, those two guys, Vance and Rubio, are going to have a meeting today to discuss the aspect of running for president, or one's going to be president, one's going to be vice president.
I don't see, and I've said it before, and I feel bad that I'm saying it, but I don't see J.D. Vance doing things other than being in the photo op press conference at the White House and belly aching at someone.
You don't think he has a strong enough personality to be a president?
Well, he probably does, but I mean, I see him, his family's at Disneyland, and the people got mad that he was there, so they threw that at him. This, that, and the other thing. You got to be able to take care of stuff like that. You got to be able to address people, and I don't know. There's something about him that isn't quite there yet. Marco Rubio as Secretary of State running for president. Said it before. Barack Obama put Hillary Clinton in as Secretary of State because that is the single closest job to the president. What you do as president. And you meet with countries around the world. You meet with leaders that come to the United States, and you work things out for the country. So I would be sad to see Marco leave being Secretary of State, but if his calling is president, okay. I could be okay with his calling being vice president to back up J.D. Vance being president, because what we wanted to do was we wanted to bring in Mike Pence.
Oh, my God.
Vice president, but we wanted to bring in Mike Pence as vice president, who had Senate experience, the upper house, to back up President Trump, who did not have the experience, did have the art of the deal and other things to get the job done, but he lacked the karma, the I don't know what you want to call it, but he lacked something to be the president. Didn't get in the way, other than it got in the way when he said things. But sometimes you have to control not what you say, but how you say it.
Yeah. I think I agree with you in a sense. I like J.D. Vance. She has a phenomenal backstory as to how he came to be. If you haven't seen his movie yet, watch his movie. It will make you cry. It'll make you angry. It'll make you proud. But I agree. I don't think he has the strong backbone, the spine that it would take to be president. A second man, yeah, a right-hand man, yeah, a wingman, yeah, but to be out there in the lead like Donald Trump. I love, Donald Trump. I mean, I love the video of him. There's a crowd of other world leaders, right? And they're going for their group picture. And here comes Trump shoving his way through and pushing people off the side. So he's up front, center, he's up there in people's face talking to him. Trump puts it out there. He has what it takes to stand up to the world leaders. I just don't see J.D. Vance have that kind of initiative. Marco Rubio, yeah. Ted Cruz, absolutely. I would vote for him for president. But
I don't know for sure. I'm sorry I interrupted. I don't know for sure if Ted can actually run for president. He is a naturalized U.S. citizen, but he was born in Canada.
That's right. You said that.
And the Constitution says natural born citizen. Well, I don't know what our founding fathers had in mind when they wrote that. But then again, as I've said, I do think the day will come when someone from a foreign country who wanted to be a United States citizen for all the right reasons came here and became a natural born citizen. The Elon Musks of the world. I can't think of one on the Democrat side, but there's a Democrat who did the same thing. I guess you could give it to George Soros, but I don't like George Soros, so I wouldn't say to give it to him. And I understand that Alex Soros, his son, is even worse than George. So I wouldn't give it to Alex either. But there has to be a yin and a yang. So if Elon Musk, as a Republican, is such a great guy, there has to be a Democrat who is such a great guy too. I don't know, but I just don't see it from JD Vance. I don't know why. Maybe if I spent some time with him, maybe it would feel differently, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't even. Not as pro. I think he would lose if they made chose him. But anyways, I saw a video at this before we went live showing this is a black and white video, NASA's future view on a colony on the moon. And it was pretty impressive. It was showing how they're going to build it, how they'll get the bits and pieces and parts up to the moon, and how it was going to work, and the ships are going to take it there. I would love to see that before I die. Well, us going back to the moon. I don't care, if it's Elon Musk or one of the other people doing it, but get us back up to the moon. Gets there has to be a way of Elon Musk and his rockets, taking the pieces up there, use his damn robots, to build and construct the colony, to get it ready for human colonization. And before I die, I would love to see that. I don't know if I will or not. I don't know. We got all the bits and pieces. Just someone taking the balls and taking a chance to get back up there.
But you just said it. Why do we have to go to Mars and do it on Mars, the farthest place away from Earth? Why can't we go to the moon and just do it with everybody? If the Russians want to do it, if the Chinese want to do it, if we want to do it, if this company, that company wants to do it, why can't Jeff Bezos be involved in it and bring Amazon to Mars too? I mean, why can't we just do it there and see if
I think
works?
The reason for Mars is that supposedly they're finding the moisture in the ground, so a water source, a possibility to grow stuff. I think also the whole comic book sci-fi stuff saying that Martians came to Earth and so forth. Just that belief that maybe we came from there originally. I think that's probably the reason why to go there, because of the possibility of of an atmosphere, of moisture, of water, and hey, maybe we came there from before. But I would just love just to get a rocket ship, an American rocket ship, to fly to the moon. We have India, we have Russia, we have China now. Who went there to the moon? Why? I think what happened was when that damn rocket blew up with those astronauts on board, I think that scared the bejeebies out of the United States going back into space.
It probably did, but then the Elon Musk came along and said, hey, if you make this change and you make that change and think about this change that I just came up with, maybe it won't happen again. And obviously, if that's true, he wants to prove on a trip to Mars, the farthest away, that it won't happen again. So, I don't know. David, the question that you bring up about Obama is not being deflected, but I don't know enough other than agreeing with you, but I don't know enough about it to broach it as a topic. I would have to do some reading and do some other research and feel a bit more confident to bring it up as a topic. At least the not being born in this country. The gay part, that it depends on who you talk to one day of the week, that he's married that way and the kids aren't his, and other conspiracy theories. And I love conspiracy theories. Everyone knows that, but I just don't want to dive into that until I do.
Well, I've seen some videos where he's in Kenya and he's saying, "I'm glad to be back to my place of my birth." Blah 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 blah. It's like, whoa, did he just say he's born in Kenya?
Right. People seem to think he made a mistake. No, his people seem to think he made a mistake. Okay, we will bring it up as a topic now. We have about 7 minutes before we go, so we can barely scratch the surface. Unless you have
no, I really 11:30. I need to address the questions this guy's asking me.
Okay, so we can agree or disagree on the gay part. We can agree or disagree on the Kenyan part. I'm not going to get involved in a conversation about Muslim, because Muslim means different things to different people, and I don't agree with what they think it means, and which is why I've tried to keep it away from I will read into the 3 points. I think it was a setup. You can call him whatever you want to call him. I think it was a setup where the Bush administration, through George Bush Sr., took him under his wing, because I believe Prescott Bush, his father, took him under his wing, and the whole family took him under their wing and worked for things that they wanted. And the thing that I don't understand is why a highly educated, very wealthy American family, the Bushes, would get involved with anything controversial like a gay Muslim Kenyan got into America and became president. Because the only question I have asked is that if he legally couldn't be president, the shit really hits the fan, because it means everything he did is not legal. It means everything that Joe Biden did as vice president isn't legal. It means that Joe Biden, who went on to go to be president, possibly couldn't have done it legally. And I'm not going to get into that right now, because that will take so much time that I would have to go find another place to do the broadcast in, because I won't contaminate the bedroom studio with it right now.
Okay, we don't want to make any problems at home. So yes, it's I mean, let's look at his chef that died in the lake at his house. I mean, even that still hasn't been totally decided on how he died, and why wasn't he rescued and so forth.
I think that is going to be the catalyst that brings us to all of the other stuff that others may not have been able to settle. because they'll use that as part of the catalyst of the chef died on your house, Barry. At your house, Barry. He didn't die on a surfboard somewhere else. And, it could become a episode of Law and Order SUV or Law and Order, Law and Order SVU, or the old Law and Order, maybe even Blue Bloods, because I could see Tom Selleck sitting behind his desk as Commissioner Regan going, it just doesn't add up. And I'm the commissioner, and I'm the one you have to convince. So, I don't know. And a lot of stuff is hitting the fan right now that, we've used as conspiracy theory, but it's not conspiracy theory anymore. Adam Schiff is in serious trouble. He's in serious trouble for banking fraud, wire fraud, all kinds of fraud, because he claimed, and everybody knows he claimed, both sides know he claimed, that he lives in Maryland.
Yeah.
But he also claimed at the same time he lives in California full time. Again, there's a rule in the Senate, I believe, that says you can run from another district that you're not in, but I believe you still have to live in the same state. You can't be in Maryland and run for a federal Senate seat in California. So, and again, we're picking on him because he picked on Trump. And the whole thing about him picking on Trump is that 90% of it unraveled, and the other 10% will probably unravel too. I was talking to someone the other day, and they called Trump a 34 felon. So he's a 34 felon because Judge Juan Merchan didn't care about sending him to jail. And he basically showed you that in his ruling. He wanted to be the judge that got to say, you are guilty. You are a 34 count felon. Now get out of my courtroom and go away. Because he was smart enough to know that even if it goes to another court, and in that court, that judge says, no, you are 100% innocent, it still doesn't remove the stigma that Judge Merchan got to say, you are guilty of 34 felonies. That will never go away. Go ahead, Randy.
I just think it's this bullshit, and I've said it many times. The Democrats seem to get away really with murder, and I would never see in my lifetime what life I have left. I don't think I'll ever see a serious Democrat get arrested, perp walked into the jailhouse, and then put into prison garb. I just don't. The Republicans, those on the right, just don't have the backbone to stand up to the Democrats and do it the way the Democrats do. The Democrats can gather together the citizens of their cities to burn it down, to loot, to murder, to rape, to kill, just on them saying, go out there and do it, and we'll make sure you don't get thrown in jail. And they do it. Republicans can't get, those on the right. You look at the South right now. The poor people, the various Southern groups can't gather enough men and women, and basically men, to go and protect the statues and monuments and cemeteries against the left going there and digging up dead bodies and painting stuff and tearing down statues. We just don't have the backbone anymore, and the fact that, those on the right will wind up going to prison. Look at the J6ers, but those on the left can literally burn down their city and they get a slap on the wrist.
But to me, it's maybe forget about for a moment the fact that they can go do whatever they want, wherever they want to do it. Because I'm sure there is an equal amount of Republicans from the North, maybe from the South, that want to come forward and say, this is a statue that has been here for 100 years, maybe more. It deserves to be here. We as Americans put it there. And we as Americans have a right to that statue remaining there and not being graffitiized or otherwise destroyed. It's a piece of art and it belongs there. And that kind of feeds into my, as I've been saying, we all need to sit at the table and break bread and have a meal and maybe drink some wine if that's what you do, and just get it all out and agree to what we can agree. And then at the next meeting, if you want, agree to what we can't, work on what we can't agree on. It's the same thing with Russia and Ukraine. This is going on because I'm sure there are things they agree on that are getting in the way. Palestinians in Palestine are the same thing. They want a homeland. Yeah, they have a right to a homeland. But the way they go about it is they have destroyed whatever homeland they have been given to share with other people because they want their own. And they have come to an area known as Gaza on the West Bank and said, this is ours. It always was ours. God gave it to us. But the truth is, open up your Bible, for those of you that read the Bible, and show me where in the Bible it says God gave this to Palestine. Because the only God gave this to was Israel. Because we as Jews deserved it. We lost a bunch of wars. We got trampled on. We were slaves. And then one day God said, enough. Stick with me and I will get you out of this. And he did. And he rewarded us with a home that a bunch of other countries agreed to give us a certain piece, and then said, this piece, Jerusalem, belongs to everybody, and you all have peace in Jerusalem, and you all coexist together. And for some strange reason, the Palestinians cannot agree to that. But go ahead, Randy. I know we're getting close to it.
I agree with you.
Just don't want you to be late.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it says in your Torah. I know in the Bible it says God said, this land is yours. I give it to you. Go forth, take it, kill every man, woman, and child, even the animals, and possess it for your home. And that's what he did. But they didn't follow all the instructions because they didn't kill everybody. Perhaps they would have followed the damn instructions. They wouldn't have the problems they're having today. But they allowed some folks to live.
Thou shalt not kill. You don't just go. You don't just go and kill everybody.
But there's verses in the Bible that says that when he gave that land to the Israelites, they're supposed to go forward and they're supposed to seize the land and they're supposed to kill every man, woman, and child, including the animals, to cleanse it, to cleanse the land for his children. They didn't do that. They allowed some to live. And that's why we have the problems today. I'm just fed up with all these damn governments saying that Israel is going to keep giving up land to make peace because they ain't got a lot of land left to give.
It is, it's this Gaza and the West Bank. They won in a 7-day war with Egypt. We don't go around. We don't go around the world and tell everybody else who's won land in war, no, I'm sorry, you can keep this. We haven't done it in Ukraine. We didn't do it in Afghanistan. We haven't done it.
We haven't done it for ourselves. Look at all the land that we keep. We still have.
Right, but we haven't done it. We haven't done it here, as you just said. We haven't gone around the world and told everybody else. No, it's reversed. North Korea, you have to give the part of Korea that you won back, and you and the South Koreans have to live together. We haven't told them that. So what is the significance of a group of people all of a sudden coming back and saying, what wasn't ours, what never was ours, is now ours, and you have to accept that? Because obviously that 7-day war is turning into a 70-year war with a group of people that have no valid claim to that land. But like I said, it's not that I don't want to kick you off. I just don't want to make you late.
No, that's fine. So let's see. Right now, I got nothing going on. Jen and I are working on our next project. It's going to be about the war. I had to joke with her last night when she said about the Civil War. I said, "You can tell you're a Yankee," and she thought that was funny. But no, we're working on the next project. And I think we're going to start doing a whole lot more professional broadcasts together. Let's make sure that makes that straight, and so forth. But yeah, I'm busy. Things are going well, and I gotta get these answers to this guy real quick. But another great show, went well. No fighting, no arguing. We're on a roll here, Bubby.
I'm trying to keep it so that I don't have to wear headphones to muzzle out,
well,
or think that a muzzle will come to me. I just don't like them. They're just not comfortable. In studios, I never wore them if I didn't have to.
I used the earphones because there's an individual in my household that doesn't agree with our conversation, and she can hear our conversation by having the speaker bar going. So that's why I use the headphones. I didn't last night because poor Morris Myers, he only has a cell phone, and when you're doing what we're doing here, sometimes the cell phone doesn't work. Suzanne found that out when we're doing the broadcast with her.
Talk to David Novar when you go off. David, you know as easily as I do, and you even know better, that there are mics available that he can slide his phone into and pick it up, and maybe you can help him with finding one that he can afford. But the idea will make it better. I just took last night as meaning because we had bad weather, we had rain, so who knows what our atmosphere was like, that I just wasn't going to be able to hear last night. But
so the only thing I'll leave you guys with is keep an eye on the news for Trump's announcement, if he does it, about federalizing Washington, D.C. I would love to see it happen. I'm sure it's going to, if it does, I'm sure it's going to piss off some Democrats. But I'll end with this. One of the hosts on the Newsmax show I was watching this morning while I was getting in the shower, he said, it's a shame when my friend comes to me from another country. He didn't say which one, he didn't say which country. He said, a friend of mine came to visit Washington, D.C., and he got in contact with me. He said, you guys should be ashamed of the way your city looks. He said, it is filthy, it is dirty, it is drug infested, it is dangerous for people to walk around. He said, the graffiti on the statues, he said, you should be ashamed of your capital city.
Yep.
And he's absolutely right.
Yep.
He's absolutely right. I'm sorry, Democrats should not be in power. Socialists should not be in power. But it all boils down to, for those of us who believe in the final days, God is finally starting to get pissed off with the United States, and we're eventually going to be phased out of history. And what we're seeing, I think, is the beginning of it. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you later.
All right. Randy Rhodes, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy. You can go to the group, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy. I believe it's private right now, so you have to join, and then you can take a look around. You hear what Randy does all the time, and if you are interested, you know that you can talk to him through the Colonel COL Randall Rhodes, but I believe he took it away, and now it's just Randall Rhodes. But you can talk to him about what you think you need, and he can tell you what he can give you, and both of you will be very happy. There are fees involved. He is the cheapest that we know of that does this. And David says sometimes you can get away without headphones, but not using headphones always leaves you open for audio and sound problems. No, you're 100% right, David. They're just not comfortable on my head, and maybe it's that I'm wearing. Get this. I knew I was going to knock that over, but I'm wearing noise canceling headphones, and maybe that's just the problem. Maybe there's too much padding on them, and they're not comfortable, and maybe earbuds will work, but I haven't found a pair of earbuds that I will wear. Maybe I'll talk with you as well, but I have no money to spend, so I'm not really talking to anybody right now. We have been granted permission to use Donna's laptop, her Chromebook, for broadcasts, and I truly appreciate that because my Chromebook is it's too old. It's just not able to do it anymore, and I don't like using the tablets. I can, but I really don't like using them, only because I haven't figured out things that I need to figure out. But anyway, the moon is a great idea for off-planet bases. I'll put this on the screen so everyone can read it. For off-planet bases, but Mars as a planet is a much better choice for terraforming and colonization. Also, the moon doesn't have enough gravity to hold a breathable atmosphere. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, David. I just think that as far as trying it and seeing if the idea works, you go to Mars. I would say you go to the moon first and do what you can, and then maybe while we're on the moon doing what we can, you build Mars. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. We have things to do. I have things to do. You have things to do. And you never want the sound from a show, guests, and hosts getting back into the microphone. That's true. You don't. But anyway, maybe we'll have David Novar on to talk about all of the issues that some of us have sometimes and how we can deal with them. David's a smart man. David taught me that you don't keep coffee with caramel chocolate creamer anywhere near your computer because after you drain out the small cup, you can't save it. But anyway, it's time for us to go do things that we need to do. Time for you to go do things that you need to do. And let's see, today's Wednesday. We all meet back here Friday for Red Friday morning caffeine. I'm getting old and I can't speak, but Red Friday morning caffeine. In the meantime, there will be a Thursday. And again, I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't know if there will be a Boogie with the Bull, or actually there will be a Boogie with the Bull because Randy and Jen did their broadcast yesterday. So to the best of my knowledge, there will be a Boogie with the Bull Thursday night at 7 p.m. So if you had trouble finding it last night, you will be able to find it because you will know where it is. It'll be on my profile and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and it goes from there. So anyway, for now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be spontaneously combusted, as Randy put it earlier, And the main emphasis will be Tuesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you adjust all the times I gave you to Eastern. Anyway, we need to go grocery shopping and do whatever else we need to do. So I will end this. Give you double V's for victory that this Boogie with the Bull has come to an end. It will be on Facebook for 30 days because that's all they allow.